What do I do if my dog isn't motivated by food? Well, here's a couple of common things that I've seen, day in and day out, guys. We're leaving food in bowls on the floor for hours on end. And I got to tell you, if that's you, if you're having problems with your dog paying attention to you or listening to you, and you're actually putting the food in the bowl and leaving it there for hours, what's going to end up happening is that food is going to lose value. It's going to not taste as great as you actually wanted it to. And then when the dog goes over, it's like, man, this stuff is not that great. So you're actually going to be kind of stuck in a cycle of a lack of motivation because the food just really never tastes all that great to begin with. One, don't treat train your dog for those major life skills. You don't want to train your stays, your leash walking, and your coming when called with treats. I definitely recommend training with food. If your dog isn't motivated by their food, the first thing that I want you to do is make sure that you're not leaving any food on the floor or like in a bowl. If it's in a bowl for more than 5 minutes and your dog hasn't eaten it, please do your dog the biggest favor in the world and take it away for the next 4 to 5 hours. Yep, take it away for several hours. Your dog will probably get hungry. If your dog doesn't get hungry, well, here's another way of thinking about it. I want you to maybe take your dog for a 1 to 2 mile walk or jog if your dog is old enough to jog, and that means that they're probably 2. So take them for a real long walk. Come back, put them on their place or in their crates, depending on where you're in your training, eat food in front of them, and then offer them their food. Taking them out for that exercise is really going to help them to get their brain to turn on to want the calories. And then after that, you eating food in front of them is also going to accentuate the fact that they're hungry, and it's going to make the food better. You also do need to be looking at the food to make sure that it is something that your dog actually enjoys. We use treats to figure out what our dogs like. I go buy 3 bags of treats. I'll buy beef, chicken, salmon, peanut butter. Well, not really the peanut butter, but the beef, chicken, and salmon. Let the dog tell us which one is the most valuable, and then buy a dog food that's based on that to really help the dog get that. But I'm going to give you the answer. If your dog isn't motivated by food, and you've gone through those steps that I just outlined there, then the next thing is to find out what type of petting, what type of praise, and are there any games that your dog likes to play? Does your dog like to play tug? Does your dog like to fetch? How do you, where do you rub your dog that they really like? Those kinds of things, knowing your dog that way. So then when you actually ask for any of those skills that you need from your dog, then you'll end up reinforcing your dog with your favorite things. I think that it's not said enough that I don't know that we really know our dogs as well as maybe we claim to. Do you know what brings your dog pleasure? Do you know what brings your dog comfort? Do you know what frustrates your dog? And do you know what makes your dog uncomfortable? If you can't sit down with a sheet of paper and write down those things, then I would encourage you and challenge you to find out. Spend the next few days finding out what it is that your dog really enjoys, and it's going to go a long way to helping you to understand. Because here's the simple truth, okay? If you want your dog to do anything, if your dog does that thing that you wanted it to do because you asked and you put their favorite thing behind it, they're going to do that more. If there's something that your dog is doing, okay, that you don't like, they do that thing, and then you put the things that they don't like immediately after that, then they're going to do that even less. So I hope that makes sense, guys. But really restrict the dog from having too much access to food. Make sure you're getting the best food that you possibly can. Exercise your dog, and if you still have a problem, then look at those alternative things: the toys, the petting, and the praise.